Hey everyone, I'm your host Chanel Amari, and welcome to another episode of Chanel in the City at Cubico Studios in New York City, and I'm with one of our favorite housewives of New Jersey on Bravo TV, Dolores Catania.
Hi,
welcome to the building.
How
How are you? Thank you for coming.
Chanel, I haven't seen you since the Bella party in Hampton.
And we bonded.
We did, right?
We're
away,
like
yes.
BFFs. I love
Yes,
you.
I love you. I'm sorry. We don't talk as much as we should, but you're always on my mind.
Yeah,
and
you're
I'm
always
so
on.
happy. This is awesome.
Thank you, and thank you for supporting like women in the arts and business, and
Of
you're so
course,
big on that.
of course. Everybody should support each other, but
Right. Let's talk about that. We're gonna get to you're promoting something now with Formaggio
yeah, my
Cheese.
cheese. You're gonna love it.
I love it, and I love your Instagrams. Everybody's DMing me. What cheeses does she pick from Formaggio?
Oh, really?
Yeah. What
I
wines
can
does she
tell you.
like?
I brought it for you.
I know.
I'll
We're
get
gonna
that.
show you the
Yeah.
gift box. It's like huge. I'm
Yeah.
so excited. So what do we have here?
No
We have
cards.
the Cabernet
This
and
is-
cheese.
Yes, so it's a Cabernet and cheese. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon jelly.
Okay.
With the cheese. So like, let's say you're going by your friends to watch Housewives, and all
Right.
the girls are getting together. You bring this instead of sprinkle cookies.
That is so beautiful.
Yeah.
And what a great gift.
No carbs. No carbs.
No carbs, and
No
it's
carbs.
Cabernet
Sauvignon.
Sauvignon.
So it's like a wine jelly. Like say you go, I'd like a Cabernet.
Right.
Well, it's a jelly. And the cheese, you dip the cheese in the jelly.
That's
So now we're taking out the carbs, and I absolutely love it. And it's called With Love Dolores.
right. I love
Because I
that.
sign everything with love.
And look at the packaging. How beautiful and cute. This is great.
Well,
for
that was
Valentine's Day.
20 pounds ago after my Brazilian butt lift. That picture was taken.
You
so
look great.
I'm not changing it.
I
I'm
love
never
it.
going to look that good again, and that's going to be my staple picture.
And where can they purchase this? On
This is at like local food stores or Sam's Club, like club stores.
Okay, cool. And then can they go on the website too to do specific purchases and custom made orders? for
Yes,
Formaggio?
well, we're working on that.
Oh,
So
nice.
Stay tuned. Yeah.
And they could follow you at Dolores Catania on Instagram.
Yes.
For
yes,
all the updates.
Yes, yes.
Let's talk about Housewives 2. It was a great season.
It was a great season. Thank you.
It was a great reunion, probably one of the most epic reunions in Housewives of New Jersey history, or probably
Maybe.
Housewives.
Chanel, I know you're like it, so
I'm
like,
obsessed.
connected
But
with
yeah, I'm like, I
everybody.
love.
What was the most epic about it?
I think your realness
Oh, really? Mine.
and breaking certain things. Okay, so here's the hardest part of being on reality TV. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's when you have to be the peacemaker and kind of tell everyone's side of the story. And I think you do a really good job of when you do get involved, you get involved for the right reasons.
Thank you.
And the whole situation with, it's been hard. You've been best friends with Teresa for a long time, but
Right.
you've also been friends with Melissa, and they've had family issues
Right.
on and off. So for you to get involved, it's amazing to see, because a lot of people DM me and they were like, how do you go through that? How do you get involved in a family matter? I wouldn't have that answer. I feel like you're really good at
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
You have to know that when you get involved in a family matter, that when they get back together, if you get involved in any matter, how about a boyfriend and girlfriend? The
Right.
boyfriend cheats on the girlfriend, you find out, you go and tell her, she stays with him, you're no longer friends.
Right.
You're out. When they get back
No
together,
matter
you're
what.
out. You're out. It's awkward. And he's mad at you for telling on him. She's embarrassed that she took him back. So where do you stand?
Right.
So, but then there's that sense that you have to tell them. So, that's just like I used an example of something. That has nothing to do with my situation with Teresa and Melissa. I have stayed out of it for 20 years or however long she's been with Joe. Because they both go at each other. They
Right.
both can handle each other. I feel like Melissa can handle herself. Teresa can handle herself. There was never any reason for me to get involved. However, this was a time where I felt like I could try to help explain what Teresa was asking.
Right. And you're really good at that. Like, you're the voice of reason in this entire
I
season.
understood so much that Teresa was asking Melissa to basically tell your husband in a way where he's not going to get upset. Don't even tell Joey I'm asking him to come more. You just let him, just so you know, can he do it?
Right.
It was that simple. Every woman knows how to present something to a man to get what she wants.
Right.
The sun has to be shining on the right side of the house. He has to come home. He made a lot of money that day. You just gave him the best thing in a long time. I mean, whatever it is.
But in fact, like, do you think it has to do with old school? But like we talked about
In
how
my
we come from old
way.
school values.
Chanel, in my way, no one knows better than a Jewish woman how to talk to a man and get what she wants.
Right. No,
I don't have to tell you.
I gotta learn from I'm
No.
about me yet.
You're not learning from the Italian man because the Jewish women get a lot more than they.
They do, you think?
Oh my God.
Yeah?
The men I think are a little easier to deal with sometimes.
Sometimes.
I think they're a little softer.
Yeah. Because you have a man right now, let's talk about that. He's Jewish.
No, he's not. He's 100% Italian.
No way, but that's good too. How's the relationship going now with him?
Good, better. You met him.
I met him.
You
I
met
love
David.
him. He's great. He's in love with you.
That was David's first social outing.
How was that? Was it crazy?
When you met him.
Remember I asked you, I said, how does he deal with the fact that all the spotlight's constantly on you?
Well, David, he's fine with it. Yeah, I think it was some getting used to because it's almost like he's institutionalized in his life as a doctor because he loves what he does so much. He doesn't do anything outside of that hospital. He goes on vacation once a year.
Wow.
He takes a kick-ass vacation. We go to Italy. But I'm telling you, 7 days a week, he's in that hospital.
And how does he make time for like date night with you, or
He
how
doesn't.
do you make time?
Like I'll call him once in a while and be like, David, you want to go on a date with me? And he's like, yeah, sure. And we'll go out to dinner and go home. Or this Sunday we were supposed to go to a play. He got called in. He won't let anyone else deliver his patients. And he's a true doctor. He is almost like a Jewish man. Like in that.
And how do you deal with the fact that he's really about his work, but so are you? You're an independent woman.
I am. I like my freedom.
Mm-hmm.
I go to weddings by myself. I went to a wedding
By yourself, and you're okay with that.
I love it.
Me too, actually. It's
I
much better.
actually love it.
You're not babysitting your
I get
man.
up, I sit and I don't stand in. And even when he does come with me, whenever I get attention, I get pulled away a lot. He's taking the pictures.
And he's okay with that.
He's so okay. He's so respectful to everybody because he understands how much I appreciate people that appreciate this show and watch it. I'm nothing without them.
Right. So you've already appreciated the value and
The value of
support.
somebody that goes out of their way to come up to me and say, I love watching your show, deserves for me to drop what I'm doing and give them my time.
I love that about you because not everybody's like that. And as a celebrity,
They should be.
They should be.
You know, a lot of my life, I have always felt like I was stupid.
You're the smartest person ever. Stupid. You're so intelligent.
Sometimes I felt not smart enough to speak to other people.
Is it because someone made you feel that way, or
Well, I felt like because I barely graduated high school and I always worked and I always felt I didn't go on vacation. I wasn't a world traveler. My first time in Europe was with the Housewives.
Really?
In Milan.
Oh wow.
When we got thrown out, I was just about to take my first mouthful of Italian pasta, and all of a sudden, everybody's throwing glasses. I'm like, oh.
Well, look, education. Class.
I was like, no way.
Yeah, how does that feel because, okay, that's what people need to understand. Education has nothing to do with being intelligent and class and street smart, which you have.
And anybody, like, listen, both my children are going to be extremely educated.
Yes.
I have pushed it since kindergarten.
Right.
Like, they didn't get a day off. So, I know it's so, so important, but I want anyone to know. And a lot of the women in the shelter are very bright when I speak to them, they're very articulate, but they feel stupid. They're like, I don't have a degree, I don't have a high school degree, but they're smart in life. And I say everybody's smart in one way or another.
That's good to know, and that's probably the best thing.
They've never heard that before.
Right, and that's hard because I can relate when people make you feel stupid, so you think this whole time I'm just stupid. I'm not gonna.
It happens in relationships.
Yeah, all the time. Right?
There's always jealous people. Like in my life, I've always had women that are jealous of me on the side of whoever I'm with.
How do you get, so speaking of like dressing up and stuff like that, how do you get yourself so put together all the time? Like you do have
Oh,
great
I
fashion
have
sense.
help. I have help. I have all help. I have an amazing makeup artist who's here with me right now, Katrina.
Shout out to Katrina.
And I am not good with putting up, because I have ADD, so I don't set. So I'm like, you got 15 minutes to put my makeup. And then all of a sudden I get sensory issues. So I have like my makeup removers in my bag, and when they're done, I sneak out to the bathroom and I wipe my
I love that. You're a normal girl. You're like a that's why I think everybody loves you, because everybody can relate to you. Because you don't sell the BS, you know?
No, I've had a facelift.
I have.
I have it. A lot of people ask me, why don't you always wear makeup and you're not worried about wearing makeup? And I have to tell you, it's because a few years ago I got a facelift. And it really gives me a lot more confidence to go out without makeup and just feel better. My jawline is back, my jowls are gone. I'll show you my before and afters. You can post them if you want. Wait till you see what I look like. Oh my God.
I thought it was like all the healthy food you eat and like. How do you balance your diet with even formaggio? Because
I don't eat bad all the time.
Got it. So it's moderation.
it's moderation. I have anxiety, and I don't suffer from anxiety. God, the poor people that suffer from that. So I don't want to say that I have that. I don't, but I get anxious, like about filming. Like
You do.
I'm gonna start filming again. All of a sudden, I'm double fisting food, cupcake. I'm eating like I'm shoving pasta in my mouth. I eat like I'm choking on my food, choking.
Same way.
And then I get a grip and I call my mother. I'm like, Ma, I can't stop eating. I can't stop eating. And she's like, is that food worth $1 million? Because that's what people get paid that work out and watch what they're doing.
Talk to us about that. How you should write a book. I hope
You know,
you're
Frank's
gonna-
not Jewish.
He
Frank's
is?
mom was Jewish.
No way.
Trumper.
So he's a Jewish Italian.
I love Jewish.
I love that.
Jewish.
But how do you have this amazing friendship with each other and co-parenting? It's so inspiring. It makes me not want to hate on my exes.
No, I don't want you to.
Yeah.
Because you know
How
why?
do you do that?
They don't deserve for you to hate them.
They don't.
Okay, you know why? You know why you can get over them? Because they can't replace you. There's only one Chanel. So, knowing that they can't have you again, that's enough getting back at them.
That's such a good way.
They're
of
not going to
thinking
get
about it.
that girl again.
Right.
They're not going to get that. So
So that's what goes through your head probably with Frank. You're like, he's never gonna have someone like me and someone.
And he
amazing.
hasn't. He hasn't. Because in a relationship, when things aren't going right, I turn it up. I'm nicer than, because I know
You always
down
taught me
the-
that. Even with friends, you're like, girl,
I'm
be
like-
nice, be above it.
All right, what do you want for dinner? You want to fucking her?
And you don't, and wait, it doesn't drive you crazy. You don't want to hit the pot on the floor.
Oh, no, because I know at the end of the day I'm winning.
Right. So you got to be smarter than.
Well, you have to be strong. It takes a strong, like this mental fortitude that, in the end, no, you have to have patience, but then also having the patience to not show your hand,
Right.
to be nicer. You can never give them a reason for anything they're doing.
So that's what should go through our heads.
Even if they don't have a reason, they're gonna do it. Don't let them try to find one. Because then when you break, you're like, oh, I shouldn't have busted his chops about going out with his friends. He wouldn't have cheated on me. Oh, he would have still been around if I didn't bust his chops about, because summers, every weekend he wanted to be on the boat. Well, he should have been on the boat, but anyway.
Right. Yeah. Because either way, you're
Yeah.
busting his chops.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you balance the friendship between your current boyfriend and having an ex-husband and your kids and a work life and being on housewives?
So here's the thing. There's no time for myself, which this year I'm starting to try to work on. That's something I need to work on, to find something I like more than being with my boyfriend.
Right.
Because I enjoy being with him.
Yeah.
He is not a jealous man. Him and Frank are very close friends. The dynamics really works. It's a very sticky situation with me and Frank, and other men or other women in his life have to accept that.
Right. First and foremost, they have to accept that. Before
They have to, because I'm not changing that ever for anyone. It's, yeah, and he's such an entrenched part of my life. But you know what? With me comes Frank, and Frank is very good to whoever I date. Frank is does a lot of favors for the people I date.
Right.
When he was an attorney, nobody paid for legal work when I dated Frank Catania.
And
when I dated Evan.
And you guys work on house projects as well
We
together.
work
right?
on
You
house projects, and if I call Frank and I said, David has a flat tire, he's 2 hours away, Frank is going to change it.
Right.
So you know what? He's a perp with me. He's not and you know what? You can trust him. I haven't slept with Frank in 20 years. There's no other man that you can trust more, and he's gonna be nice to you.
That's amazing.
As long as you're nice to me.
I love that.
Like any best friend.
Right. He's a best friend, and that's how I think people should treat it. Your situation is amazing.
Plus, I've dated guys whose wives, ex-wives, are not nice to me. Why? I didn't break your marriage up. Why are you being nasty to me? I'm nice to your children. Why do you call me names? Somebody called me a fake famous bimbo. Yeah. What are you calling me a name for? I never even met you.
Right.
So, what's the problem? So I have to deal with like a lot in other people's relationships. So Frank is a gift.
Right.
I'll switch with you. You know what? You get called names for once. Somebody who's with me. Let my ex call you names and see how you like it. You want to complain that Frank is good to you? Then I should be complaining that somebody in your life is mean to me. I'll switch that.
So that's why the moral is just be nice.
Just be nice.
There's no reason to be mean to exes, to significant others.
There's no reason. There's no reason. Don't be jealous. Be nice. If they're good to your children, if they're nice to you when you see them, be nice back.
What was your favorite part of Andy Cohen's baby shower?
Oh, I just got choked.
Yeah, because you were like really with
my God. The most There was no not favorite part. Oh, when Lisa Rinna was dancing with Bruce Gozzi, I had to leave and go have a cigarette. I went outside
you
with
danced
Jennifer.
too with them, right?
I just, yeah, I felt like, oh my God, I've never seen anything like this. That was the most hottest, and he was so happy, and he's always so, let me tell you something, he is so nice.
He's always happy, right?
And he really does care. Like, there's always been like, he's like, hey, George, is he this, is that? He's a really nice guy.
What is your advice to make it in the entertainment industry?
Listen, just be yourself. When you try to be something you're not, you look corny. And it comes off on camera as unorganic, and you don't last. Always, always be yourself. Handle every situation as much like you would in real life as you possibly can.
Love that. Well, thank you so much, Dolores, for being here. I love you so much.